What's going on YouTube? This is Mario back in a video. So this video I want to talk about the meaning of being young, the meaning of what it means to be young with a purpose. I kind of want to go more in detail with that because I kind of explained it in my last video, but it was kind of weak, and I just want to give more clarity and more detail what it means to be young with a purpose. What it means to have a purpose, what it means to do it while you're young, and and stuff like that. So, having a purpose really means that you have a call in your life. It basically means that you're doing something, you have something, you live for something beyond just a paycheck. You live something beyond yourself. Having a purpose simply means that it's something, you have something, you have a mission, that you have something to do, that you have a mission outside of your 9 to 5 job. It's not about just, trying to survive, but it's trying to, impact other people's lives. That's what having a purpose really means. It's about having meaning in your life. It's about having significance. It's about doing something that you're going to be remembered for, for forever. That's what having a purpose is to me. And that's what and that's basically having a purpose versus just having a career or having a passion. Like, it's something that you're meant to do. It's something that you're called to do. It's not just something that you do it just because you want to get paid, or something you do because you're passionate about it. It's something you do because you were meant to do it. That you can't get away from it. That every time somebody tells you, "Yo, you need to do something. You need to do such and such. You need to write. You need to sing," and everybody keeps telling you that, and your parents tell you that, maybe your family tells you that, your friends tell you that, your coworkers tell you that, that's when you have a calling. And when you make somebody's day from that, from that particular thing, whatever thing that is, whether it's singing, dancing, writing poetry, whatever, then that's your calling. And then there's something, and then that's when you say, okay, that's my calling. That's something I should be doing. That's something I should take more seriously. That's the definition of having a purpose. And the reason why I emphasize the word young is because so many times we feel like just because we're young, that means we should just, that it is an excuse to just live, foolishly, that we should, oh, young, we should be out here drinking, we should be out here smoking, we should be out here, sleeping around with people. Like when you have a purpose, you don't have time for, you don't have time for vanity. You don't have time for carnal pleasures. You don't have time for doing things just for sensual pleasure. You don't have time for that. That's why that's why I don't smoke weed. That's why I don't drink it. That's why I don't I'm not messing with girls. Not because I'm so cold, I'm so good, but because I know I was called for greater than that. I know I was called to do something beyond that. If I'm just out here smoking weed and drinking and partying and I can sleeping around outside of marriage, I'll be, it will distract me. It will deter me from what I was meant to do, and that's through poetry. That's inspiring you guys. That's telling you guys that's inspiring. That's encouraging you guys to watch my videos. If I was out there living life like every other 22-year-old, I want to be as passionate. I want to be as driven. I want to be as ambitious as I am now. I want to be able to write my book. I already write my book in a short amount of time span because I've been so focused on trying to fulfill my life, where I'm forgetting about you guys who are watching my videos. You guys who are hurting. You guys who feel that nobody understands you, that nobody cares about you. Like, I want to be able to reach you guys if I was just doing things. If I was just being like every other 22-year-old, So I'm not doing this just because I'm so good. Just because I had a great childhood. Just because or just because I had a great upbringing. Like, I'm doing this because I know where I came from. I know that yes, I had a good foundation. Yes, I grew up in a good family. But I also had trials. I also had tribulations. I also had times where I felt like I just wanted to quit. Times where I just felt so down. I just felt hopeless. Like I had those moments before, like, and that's why I do these videos. That's why I'm so passionate, you know. And some of you guys think that, I know I haven't really gotten any comments, any hateful comments really on my channel because I'm still, new. I'm so small, but I know some of you guys who watch my videos may think that, oh, well, he's, blah 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 blah, he's perfect, or he got lucky, or or whatever, or he rich, whatever. But like, you will know the struggles I'm going through. You will know that, you will know how much debt my family has been in, just so how much debt my mom has been in, just so she could take care of me, just so she could take care of me and my brother. You don't know how much, like we still in debt. Like we are nowhere near, clear, and that's why I'm doing these videos to show you guys that I'm not living a perfect life, but I'm living a purpose-driven life. I'm not living a perfect life by any means. I'm in debt. I'm still got long ways to go before I ever get to where halfway where I want to be in life. I'm still a long ways, to go from there. I mean, this book can help definitely. I do believe that God's going to use this book to reach to as many people as He possibly can. I do believe that, but I'm just saying that I am like nowhere near where I want to be in life, and I had to keep emphasizing. And I want to keep emphasizing that point because to you guys, because just because I'm young, just because I'm passionate, just because I know my calling, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden my life is like perfect. That doesn't mean that at all. So I just have to clarify that. Just let you guys know that you know that being young and having a purpose simply means that you don't have time for foolish things. You don't have time for you don't have time for partying. You don't have time for. I mean, it's not. And I mean, like I said, I'm still young. I still like to have fun. I still like to play video games. I still like to go outside. I still like to hang with friends. I still like to eat junk food. Like I still do things that normal young people do, but I don't let pleasure distract me from my purpose. I don't let temporary pleasure, keep me from my calling. That's the difference. Like when you don't know what you want to do, in life, if you don't know who you are, you just do anything for the moment. You just live for the moment. When you have a purpose, you live for the next 5, 10 years. Like you think of long term. You think about where you want to be when you're 30, where you want to be when you're 35, where you want to be when you're 50. Like that's the type of mentality you have to have when you're ambitious, when you're purpose driven. Versus if you just going with the flow, you will just do things because it's cool, just because it's trendy, just because your friends are doing it. Like most of you guys will play video games because it's cool, and it's because it's just because your friends play like Fortnite or whatever. I mean, some of you guys probably don't even like Fortnite like that, or Call of Duty or whatever game. But you do it because it's a trend, it's a cool thing to do, And I'm guilty of that myself, so I'm not better than anybody. But I'm just saying that when you have a purpose in your life, you do what you're called to do, not what's cool, not what's popular. Like I was, like I've been a Christian for over 7 years now, and like I was doing it when it was not cool. I mean, maybe Christian is never cool, when you're a serious born again Christian. But like, up until recently, I know anybody in my area that was like really like on fire, for God, just serious, reading the Word daily. Like I didn't know anybody. Like I knew one person, but like he was like homeschooled. But like I didn't know anybody, like I said, in my area that was like again serious, passionate, purpose driven. Like any like that was in their teenage years. Like I didn't know anybody like that up until this year. But I stood my ground. When kids start saying, "Oh, you should smoke weed, you should get that, oh, you should hit that, the girl got a big booty, or you should drink, you 21, why aren't you having sex yet, like, I stood my ground when everybody told me I should be like everybody else. Again, I stood my ground, when it was not cool, when my family tried to get me, when my family tried to, pressure me doing stuff that I know, I know it's not good for me. Like I stood my ground, and that's the type of mentality you have to have. You know, no matter how unpopular it is, no matter how much how much flag you want to get from your peers, or not much flag you want to get from other kids at school. You might get bullied for it. Like you stand your ground, and you be proud of yourself for standing your ground in the future, because you said, you know what, yes, it was lonely. Yes, sometimes I felt like giving up, but I'm glad I stood my ground, because now I'm now way ahead of you know I'm not way ahead of everybody else. I'm way ahead of this, that, and third. I'm doing something that I love doing, and I can make a living for it. I'm not just working a 9 to 5 job. I'm not just being a wage slave. I'm doing what I love every single day. Like, if you want to live that type of life, then you need to give up certain things. You need to give up, you know, maybe watching Netflix all day, maybe playing Xbox all day, or not saying you can't have fun again, but I'm saying that some things that you do religiously, you need to tone it down just a little bit, just so you can have time to really focus on your dreams. Because when you walk in your purpose, it's not just a thing you do once a week, once a month. It's something you do every day. You know, and then it's something you do beyond just 9 to 5 job. Like, for example, like some of you are called to teach. Like, so you may be a teacher in the classroom, but outside the classroom you may teach. You may tutor kids. You may teach you may teach your own kids. Or some of you are called to minister. You don't just minister when the pastor tell you to minister. You minister online. You minister on Facebook. You minister on YouTube. Like, that's what it means to walk in your purpose. You do outside of you do it outside of you do it outside of man's calling. You do it whenever you're called, and when you're not called to do by man. You do it because you're called by God. It's something you do daily. So I know I kind of went over the place in this video, but I hope that you guys kind of got the message of what it means to be young and have a purpose. You're still gonna make mistakes, you're still gonna mess up, but you're not gonna, but you're gonna, do things that that's gonna be different. You're gonna do things different. You're gonna do things that now people might say, oh, that's odd, oh, that's different, you know, but you do it just because your calling. You do it because if you live like everybody else, you'll be further from your purpose. You'll be further from your calling. You'll be further from what God has called you to do. So walking your purpose, walking your purpose is simply you doing something. It simply means that you're young, and to me, that you're young, but you have something better, that you're doing something for a greater cause. You're doing something beyond just yourself. So, without the way, this is Mario sign off.